welcome back to the final evening of IFSC competition climbing here in Brixen, Italy. The temperature has dropped, the clouds scud across the sky. My name is Matt Groom and I'm joined once again by Alana Yip in the commentary box. Alana, how are you doing this afternoon?
I'm great, how are you?
I'm good. Busy day, semi-finals this morning.
Yes.
Good semi-finals from the men. They've had to go back, regrow some skin, and they're going to here for the final boulders. And that's our calendar. We're ticking through it now, but halfway through. Brixen is right now, and then Innsbruck next week for a multi-discipline event, lead, speed, boulder, all the things, paraclimbing as well. And then Vila, Chamonix, Briançon, Copper, and Wujiang at the end in China. So that's what we've got coming up. Alana, how many of those are you doing?
I'll be doing Innsbruck, Villars, Chamonix, Briançon.
Awesome. Well done. Got it in before a replay happened. Right, so this is what happened during the semi-final. These are our finalists. Yoshiyuki Ogata tops it out. He's won. His fourth is his best result so far, so he's looking to beat that. And Meichi Narasaki, we said he had an up-and-down season, but he's back in the final.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he got injured in Seoul, so it's really good to see him back in a final.
Awesome. His PB is second. I can see him creeping up here, looking for the top. Huge kick and a catch. Awesome from him. Well, Dohyun Lee, winner from last week, is back in the finals. He's giving himself another chance, and he left it quite late to get this. It came down to the final climb, but he did do it. And again, this tricky jump and a slap at the top. Not many missed. And Tomoa Narasaki, I think he's going to enjoy some of the boulders we have tonight for the finals. Love this move. And then very few athletes got this next jump, this paddle dyno up.
Yeah, it looked so hard.
Being pushed backwards all the time. Everyone was crimping the screw hold. And then that's what he had in front of him. Got the first one, latched the crimp, and from then on it's easy. But hardly anyone got that move, so very impressive stuff from Tomoa. And then Sorato Anraku, super young, just 16. Look at that contact strength. Those crimps were so nasty. I wouldn't have had a feel of them before, and they're very sharp.
And those pinches, the texture on them is not great.
No, there's not a lot going on there. He locks it off. Twisted the left hand into a sort of pinch, then palm down. Gradually works his right hand up. Got the sweet spot, if you can call it that. Matched it, and then left foot up towards the top. And again, a boulder that not many did. He did really, really well. So Sorato's one to watch for tonight. And finally, Toby Roberts qualifies in first position. He's been coming for a while, made the finals in Salt Lake City. And that line on his leg, by the way, is rope burn from training in Innsbruck. It's a nasty burn he got there.
Yeah, pretty impressive. His first two lead World Cups were last year, and he got his first lead medal, and now he's made two Boulder finals. It's pretty exciting one to watch. Absolutely,
and of course we all know how important this year is for Olympics, and Toby's just, he's taken his boulder to the next level.
Oh, for sure.
And that's what he needed to do. You know, he was good enough at lead, but his boulder stepped up, and he now is in a position where he might win a World Cup. So those were the finalists. That is our crowd. A couple of Team Canada flags in the middle there. That's good to see. Yeah, the audience is ready. They're waving at the cable cam as it slowly pans around to show off the stadium. Food trucks at the back. And then the left, that's where the athletes are sitting. Down at the front is the coaches, and then there's our wall revealed from behind the curtains earlier on. And four pretty difficult boulder problems await. And Alana, I was chatting to the route setters and I hadn't thought of this. I was like, oh, they're a powerful set of boulders. And they were like, yes, we have to, because the wall is very steep and there's not actually many slab positions on it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there's actually a true slab on this. The quote-unquote slab boulders and qualifiers were on each end, and they're more vertical than anything, I think.
Yeah, and it sort of plays into this powerful style that we've seen throughout.
Yeah.
Right, the athletes are announced. Yoshiyuki Ogata standing next to Meichi Narasaki. Dohyun Lee comes out. Somewhere Zhong Won-chon is very excited.
Probably right in front of him.
Yeah, right there shouting. Yeah, Zhong Won not making tonight's finals, coming close, but not quite. Just dropped a few tops.
Really good finals for the Korean team with Seo Chae-hyun last night.
Exactly, yeah. They've already got a gold medal. Done.
Silver.
Silver, sorry,
yeah.
silver. Oh, I gave her a gold then. Tomoa Narasaki from Japan, and Japan have 4 people in this final. So there's a chance for a podium lockout for Japan, and that's only happened 3 times in IFSC history.
And I guess Japan is guaranteed a podium.
Yes, true. So Sorato comes out. This young man has got a real buzz about him. Someone called him Sticky Sorato because of the way his hands just seem to magically hold onto the wall, and I quite like that.
Yeah.
And finally, from Great Britain, Toby Roberts. He will climb last. He's still very young, and he's really one to watch as we build towards this Olympic year. So that's our final 6. And all of those men have podiumed at a Boulder World Cup at some point. So, you know, occasionally we have these really inexperienced fields. This isn't one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And they've already observed the boulders. We will catch up with that in a sec. But for now, they leave the stage. And let's have a look at some of the observations. So this was earlier on, before the broadcast started. And men's 1, paddle dyno straight away to start off with. Going from right, launching left into the zone hold, stopping on the zone, and then working your way back a little bit. See Team Japan grouping together a bit down the front to talk about it. Quite a separated route reading, this. Language is a bit of a barrier within that group. So Toby could feel a bit left out of the minute beta sharing, perhaps.
Well, Dohyun as well.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So both of them, it will be interesting to see what kind of beta they come up with.
Yeah, and if sometimes the Japanese, when there's 2 or more in finals, they'll come up with a beta that's very different from other people. Sometimes in a great way, sometimes in a not so great way, but always interesting to see.
And finally, they check out the last slabby thing, and this is quite a physical slab. You start left on the dish, then you go right, and you have to pull up on that black volume. So, quick, brief glimpse at the boulders for you. We'll show you the 3D model just before the athletes climb. And just to remind you, that's our top 6. Yoshiyuki Ogata will start first in the competition because he qualified last. Toby Roberts will be last out with all the pressure that comes with that because he qualified in first. And Alana, I always wonder why the athletes want to qualify first, because for me it would be the most stressful position to be in, going out last.
I don't think you look for a certain position that you want to qualify in because you don't know. You're in isolation while you're climbing, so nobody can tell you, oh, don't do the last boulder, otherwise you'll qualify first. If you just get the zone, you'll be in 6th with none of the pressure.
It'd be nice though, wouldn't it?
You never know. Maybe everybody did all 4 boulders, so you need to do just as well as you possibly can.
Yeah, it's a good point, because it's almost impossible. You'd have to be a genius to judge it like that. There's the risky shot of the swimming pool behind the stadium as we pan out and around. All right, so that's our stadium. A drone's high up in the sky getting that shot for us. You can see the mountains in the background, really beautiful here in Brixen. And you can see the camera team ready, pointing at that curtain, because Yoshiyuki Ogata is waiting behind it to come out. It's always my favourite face, is that one. All right, let's look at a 3D picture of this boulder, shall we? This is men's 1, so down right on that starting position, and Alana just big jumps right from the get-go.
I think so. I think you can jump to the first white one, but probably keep your toe on the start hold, and then kind of paddle up to the zone and kick a foot out left.
Someone was telling me on Instagram that, because I was trying to work out where, like, because I could say paddle dynos all the time, but I don't know where that word comes from. Someone was like, imagine you're lying on a surfboard paddling. It's that kind of motion. I'm not sure if that's the origin of it, but it sort of made sense as a definition.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure where.
But I can imagine the arm movement, you know,
yeah.
when you paddle a surfboard.
Grab 1, 2, 3,
exactly,
4.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, Yoshiyuki Ogata is out. Vaza goes. He has 4 minutes instead of the 5 in semi-finals because of that observation time. So reaching up to the first one, getting the toe hook that Alana said, and then this is where you need to get a bit jumpy.
Ooh. Oh, that zone hold is just not very good at all.
Yoshiyuki wants a brush. Which is strange, because they definitely brushed it before they started climbing.
I mean, may as well.
May as well, exactly. Mentally as well, it helps out. So Yoshiyuki has a look at that hold. You're right, it's not a good hold. Cameraman being taken out there. Definitely going to get landed on. Yoshiyuki Ogata holds it this time. Brings the right leg quickly back in. Straight to the undercling and the heel hook. And there's a long move to make here to that top.
Come on, Yoshiyuki.
Sets himself up.
Oh, no.
Loses the feet. This is the thing with the top of this boulder. There isn't a lot for your feet.
Yeah.
And
you have to stay quite low and just generate from kind of your lower body's really below that roof almost.
Yeah, you had an idea about maybe a heel hook really high.
No, I was mistaken. I thought we were talking about the matching the finish.
There we go. It was me talking rubbish. So there's not a heel hook.
Oh, there could still be.
That's what I thought you meant, because you were talking about heel hooking the black volume. I was like, wow, if they do that, I will be very impressed. And I still will be if that happens. Yoshiyuki, well, that's, yeah, that top left, the one he's brushing now, that's the one I thought you were saying he could heel hook.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe as an option to match the top.
Okay. Yeah, that could work. Because your feet are going to be really far to the left, whatever you do if you're looking for feet.
Yes. Yeah. His probably the best method to get to the top hold is to jump off that second to last hold. He just needs to, he was trying to bring his feet closer to him so he could generate more.
Okay, well, he might readjust. He's back on.
Oh.
Not one of those moves that comes easily.
Looks like his foot missed or didn't stick or something.
Right, so he uses some liquid chalk on the hands. Has a breath, and he's got lots of time here. Gets more. And Yoshiyuki, he does get nervous. I love this about him. And you can see he's a little nervous out there now, perhaps. Just needs to settle down, get this in the bag. Same movement. Right, there's the top. And it looks like he might just pop for it. He's working for his feet.
Oh, just so little on that left hand to be able to pull up at all from.
Yeah, I'm not sure what was going on with his feet, but he was really struggling to get them on something. Is it dual text, that white hold as well, the one he's pressing on?
The zone hold?
No, the one below. I'll have a look in a sec. It might be the zone hold, yeah, on the edge of it.
Not the undercling? Or?
I'll point it out when he gets there, because I can't remember myself, but I just thinking.
I think every hold except for the one after the zone is partially dual text,
okay.
Yeah.
Or
is dual text.
Yeah, they've already sort of limited the feet on that last move. He's got 27 seconds. This is his last attempt at this. Kicks it back in, gets it. Yeah, so he's standing, in a minute he's going to be standing where his heel is. Ah, he falls.
Oh. Yeah, the bottom of that zone hold is dual text.
A super nasty for him, but he got the zone really quickly, but couldn't find a top.
Oh, just disappointed looking back at the boulder there.
Yeah, he doesn't want to leave. So if you're just joining us, welcome to Brixen. We're here for the men's final. So this is the last broadcast of a packed weekend. Friday was the qualifying. There's loads of content out on IFSC channels about that. Then we moved on to the women's semi-final final yesterday. That's available to watch if you haven't seen it already. And then this morning we had the men's final, and this evening it's the final. It's the men's final. And Meichi Narasaki is out. His PB is second, so he's only have a silver medal before. I didn't realise the starting hold was dual text as well,
no,
no
just
text.
Mean.
Yeah, seems unnecessary,
yes.
doesn't it?
Oh, the foot there, just skating off.
Yeah, the left going in the right, doing the right movement, but the left had gone by then. I think there's a cameraman argument going on in the background. People fighting for the best angles. There definitely is. Well, we all want the shots. Meichi resting here. He makes sure the holds are clean.
Yeah, some athletes like to clean themselves. Some athletes like the brushers to brush for them.
What's your preference?
Somebody else to brush for me. I'm kind of lazy.
I find it hard work brushing.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
If I'm resting, I want to rest.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Meichi goes statically and slowly this time.
Come on, come on. Oh.
The rotation he's getting with his hips is crazy.
Did you see he rotated his foot almost around his heel, not around his toe? I think he needs to try to land the foot a little bit further away from the wall, which will reduce some of the barn door.
Yeah, he needs to change something here.
But he's really close. He slowed down quite a lot on that.
Yeah, I thought he was going to try to span it out for a second, and he is tall. That's a bit too tall even for him.
I think he's 190 centimeters.
188, so yeah,
okay,
pretty close.
Almost, yeah. Round up a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, it's fine. I do it all the time. I'm 6 foot, me. Right, Meichi pulls on again. Or will in a sec. Yeah, it's a funny to put that no texture surface at the beginning because it's not really a hard move. It's just, as you said, a bit nasty.
Yeah, it just makes you a little nervous, especially coming up for the first boulder. You look at it and you're like, ooh.
Yeah, true. Right, he's through, does the bump.
Come on, Meichi.
It's those long legs pulling him round. So Meichi being patient though, which is good to see, not getting frustrated. He knows it's coming. Just breathes, rests, shakes the arms out, tries to get some of the pump out of those arms. Seems like he's leaving it to maybe one last attempt.
Yeah. He knows it's a move that takes a lot of strength, so he's trying to recover as much as he can.
All right, here he goes. Could just be trying to get the zone out of this.
Yeah,
just
nice.
pulls it back in, but now he's going to have to climb quickly. 21 seconds to go.
Oh no.
Well, he achieved what he wanted, I think. He got that zone.
Yeah.
So he's on the scoreboard, in touch.
Uh-oh. The way he's tapping his shirt there, I wonder if he started to bleed a little bit.
Yeah, skin has been tricky, especially when it's more humid like it has been.
Yeah. And he was sliding off that zone hold so many times.
Yeah,
ow.
true. All right, so Meichi goes. He'll go and tape himself up backstage. Kids being bouncers down at the front. Okay, last week's winner, Dohyun Lee, onto the stage. All right, Dohyun Lee on his first flash attempt. Launches for the zone, kicks it back, and holds it. Just one hand on for a second.
A crazy swing to hold.
Massive from Dohyun Lee, but will that have burnt a bit of energy for this top move? Just jumps for it.
No.
Easy.
Fine, easy.
Wow. Well, no messing around for Dohyun Lee. That was less than a minute climb on that one.
Full 35 seconds out there.
Crazy from Dohyun. What was the issue? Right, so Dohyun's on form. That's good to know. He'll leave, and I think everyone else backstage will have no idea what just happened out there. You know, you've just watched everyone take 4 minutes.
Yeah, and then Dohyun comes back within a minute.
Yeah, that's got to be a real flex walking back into ISO, just sort of with a shrug. That's what I do, you know. What's the problem, boys? Well, this was it. He was powerful. He never hesitated. Brought the foot through, scraped it, scummed it, grabbed the top, bumped, got the heel, as you said, and then an easy match to finish things off.
Yeah.
Okay, see what Tomoa Narasaki can do. He's walking past the boulder there, boulder number 3, that's worth hanging around for. Don't just watch half of this broadcast because that boulder looks really nasty. So if you want to watch them suffer, stay with us.
You're really selling it.
Yeah, I think that'll work. Do you want to see the world's best in pain? Come and watch Boulder 3. It's going to be savage. All right, Tomoa. He gets underway. 6 Boulder World Cup wins in his history.
Oh, tries to go without the foot stab.
Wow, I mean, he's
and a double.
Yeah, waiting for it. He's got to wait for his legs to swing all the way back into the wall to catch it.
Yeah.
Maybe one of those things he just did in the air instinctually, brought the other hand in.
Two hands and a kick could definitely work. Be safer than the one hand and foot kick.
Yeah. Well, he's having a long think about it. Waits for 3 minutes to come on the clock. So quickly into this starting position, makes the match now, gets set, looking left for the foothold. Bit different, got the kick in earlier. Tomoa straight back on the wall, needing to figure out this sequence, hasn't got a method dialed yet.
Oh.
Better with the fingers, he held it for a millisecond.
Yeah. Maybe that's not a better method than the one hand, one foot. Looks like he's twisting so much.
Yeah,
because his body's higher too, I guess.
Yeah, no one really figuring it out apart from Dohyun Lee so far. Yoshiyuki was close. Tomoa with very deliberate resting moments. Okay, he's chalked up, ready to go. Let's watch for a change of beater here. Will he do something different? Oh, closer again, the left hand coming off.
Yeah. Just at the apex of the swing there.
Every go, Tomoa is getting closer, but the clock is ticking away. That's the game. A minute and a half to go for Tomoa.
And Lee Do-hyun's flash of this is looking more and more incredible.
Yeah, everything sort of just went right for him in that moment.
Yeah.
Okay, Tomoa again.
Come on, Tomoa.
Well, he didn't fire off the hand, but he had to flip away from the wall. Same routine from him. A liquid chalk on, brushes do their job. He lets it dry. It's quite hypnotic watching this. There's your coach down at the front.
Yeah.
Sitting with
the
Benny.
grey hat, yeah.
Yeah. So Tomoa's probably got 2 if he's quick. Not that time. He goes immediately. No zone either for Tomoa. Could be the first athlete. Just not finding the position, is he? All right.
What kind of sucks is he never, well, he sort of changed his beta, but he always tried the two-handed method, whether with or without the foot kick. Whereas all the other athletes were able to get it successfully with just one hand, one foot.
Yeah, good point. So Tomoa not changing things up, and he suffered for it. Well, next up, Sorato, his teammate. He runs on, our drone just picking him up beneath the roof.
Great roof on this stadium.
It's a good. After Korea, I've started rating roofs. Honestly,
Yes.
like that's the first thing I look at when I walk in. I'm like, what's it like?
Fantastic. Doesn't look like it could possibly get cancelled due to rain.
Exactly. All right, Sorato coming up straight into the position.
Oh, misses the foot.
So he runs back to the chalk back. He'll be feeling fresh at this point.
I always think it's kind of interesting when athletes bring a water bottle out. It's like you're out there for 4 minutes.
Yeah, I've only noticed it this year, weirdly. Maybe I'm just looking out for it because I noticed it. He wanting to kick his leg very early over. And now, after 2 quick goes, he'll pause and just see if he can rethink this a bit. Up to the first pinch. Ooh.
Oh, looking for something to compress off of there.
Yeah, he loves to play with a boulder and doesn't usually work, but it's really interesting watching his mind, because I think he was trying to go for the side pull.
Yeah, or maybe if he could jump off the second hold and then flip his right hand back to compression.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
That would have been pretty cool.
That would have been.
But maybe maybe it wouldn't work.
Yes, I think you probably realised it might not have been intended, but
That's probably why he didn't try it.
So that's the Tomoa style with the 2 hands.
He really needs to kick that foot.
It's interesting that the athletes are struggling with this, because when I first looked at it, I thought it was a fairly straightforward looking sort of maneuver, like a move we've seen a lot of.
Yes, that they would be very used to.
Yeah, and so I'm surprised they're having to figure out the feet.
I'm guessing it's something to do with how bad the holds are. They just feel uncomfortable, or like it won't go.
Just peeling off it. He's starting to fall into the Tomoa trap, which is trying that 2 hands. I guess it feels like it's almost there.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. It feels just a little bit too close to give up on.
All right, here he goes again. He's got to change things up now. That's the water we're talking about? Yeah, yeah.
But it's kind of forcing him to take a bit of a break, which is good. But in my head, I'm like, I'm not going to carry a water bottle all the way to the mats. Like, I'm not going to die of thirst in 4 minutes.
Yes, someone was talking to me about the break thing, and I can't remember who it was, but it was like a method that a coach had put in place, which was like you have to have 4 sips of water at some point just to slow you down, you know, which is quite a good coaching method.
Yeah. Some people probably use liquid chalk for that same reason. It slows you down, makes you have to rest for.
I think they drink liquid chalk then. I thought you'd gone mad. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, because liquid chalk you've got to let dry.
Not that you're drinking
well,
liquid chalk.
Well, that's what I thought you meant.
Yeah,
I was
to
like,
clarify.
Right, yes, thank you.
Don't do that. That seems very unhealthy.
Yes, health risks in the commentary box. Sorato's got 45 seconds, and he keeps going, and not getting close. Like Tomoa, just not enjoying this.
Oh, I hope he realizes that looked a lot closer. Now he's only got 30 seconds.
So which one will he try? Hopefully just one-handed.
Gamba.
He does.
He realized so late.
He wants the zone. This is the last chance to get it.
Oh no.
No, not enough for Sorato. So he goes. That's 2 in a row with no zone, no top. So just Toby Roberts is left on Boulder 1. So not the start Sorato would have wanted. Let's see this again. So this was when he changed to that just one hand.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Toby Roberts is on. Travels around the world, mainly supported by his dad, who seems to be Coach Bill Payer. And they're a unit, those two, and it's great to have them. Toby's doing a vlog series, actually. You can watch it on YouTube if you want to see some behind-the-scenes athlete stuff.
So I think his dad is also filming.
He is filming, yeah. I don't think he edits that. Exactly. All right, here we go. Toby,
come on, Toby,
in first position. Is hanging there with his left leg out. Sorato would have touched that, so he might have seen a bit of chalk.
Tried to crimp a screw hole, it looked like.
Yeah, trying to figure out a bit of a beta break. Right, foot under, left leg swinging, ready for the kick.
Ooh, close.
Yeah, that was close. It's fascinating to see. I mean, he's been in a final, so he's dealt with that pressure, but he wasn't in he wasn't in first place in that final. And at that point, he hadn't won a medal. Expectations rise, and with it comes stresses and pressures. Very close.
Oh, that was cool.
Yeah, brought the right hand underneath. And you can't really tell what's there, but it's not a lot to press off.
No, just sort of a slopey volume side. But just to slow yourself down a little bit. It's clever.
Yeah, it makes sense. All right, Toby goes back on. 2 minutes 20 on the clock, and he's very close in that last attempt. Matches the black. Oh, it's no text.
Nice.
Did you see that? He just slid along it.
Oh, I mean, I hope it's no text for his figure
Yes,
skin.
if it's not, he's in trouble.
Yeah.
Right, up to the slopey pinch. He's one move away. Does it like Dohyun Lee did it. Gets a toe in and makes the top. Very impressive by Toby.
Very cool method. You know,
Yeah.
a couple more attempts, but he keeps pace with Dohyun Lee by getting that top.
Yeah, good point. Someone asked a question about that, actually, for the semi-finals. Yeah, attempts count if there's draws in the scores. And then if that's all equal, then we go back to count back. Look at this swing from him.
So-
His hand slid all the way across.
Yeah. Sorry, you asked earlier why an athlete might want to qualify in first. Count back is another reason.
Very good point,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so if it comes, and especially in lead, we see this quite often when athletes get to the same hold,
Yeah.
especially if it's a crux move.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there we go. We worked it out eventually. All right, Toby's done. And move on to boulder number 2. So that's the leaderboard. 2 tops, Dohyun Lee with that flash. And then, yes, as you said, Toby taking 4 attempts, so he's just beneath Dohyun, but in touch. Yoshiyuki Ogata with a zone. His teammate, Meichi, with a zone. Sorato after that, and Tomoa down at the bottom. So Sorato and Tomoa, no score, and that's based on count back there. Okay, boulder number 1, we forget about it. Boulder number 2.
All
I
right.
can't remember which one it is. Which is it? Is it the slab?
No, it's the yellow.
Oh, I said that was number 3. All right, well, I'm bringing it forward, ladies and gentlemen. This is the savage one. This is the one that I really want to see because it's nasty. Started down low, an undercling crimps, and you press up to this ball. And then, Alana, that jib isn't necessarily there right now. You have to do it later on.
Yeah, I think you go over to the zone first, and then you bump your left hand into that tiny crimp, then kind of go from undercling to undercling, razor crimps, somehow wrestle that other big yellow ball and get to the top.
Yeah. Well, every time I say a boulder's very hard, it turns out to be easy. So I hope I haven't cursed it. But the route setters did say this was a tricky one. Oh, we'll find out in a minute. Yoshiyuki Ogata will be out first.
It at least looks very beta intensive.
Yes, it does. Requires a bit of reading. And you can see he's immediately having to fight. There's not a lot on that right-hand pinch. So boulder 1 is done. Couple of tops. The route setters will be happy with that. But I think they expected a few more on that first boulder. I heard sort of 3 or 4
Okay.
being kicked around.
I don't think anyone would have called that both Sorato and Tomoa would knock at the zone on that one.
Yeah, I didn't expect that at all. Well, he's got the right pinch locked in. Now brings the heel out, gets the pinch. Now we expect him to drop into that crimp, which is by his face.
Oh,
It's sharp, it's nasty.
and that's a lot of momentum that you're trying to catch on that.
And it's a funny move because it's not a big move. You know, you're moving it maybe a foot from the slope into the crimp, but it's a real sort of body suck in as you grab that crimp.
Very bicep-y.
Very bicep, yeah. And that's the characteristic of this wall, this steep wall. You can keep an eye on the scoreboard down on the bottom left. There is also an IFSC app, which is free to download. Got lots of information on it as well.
Yeah, I quite like the new update where you can click on somebody's name and see all of their stats.
Yeah, it's a cool feature. All right, Yoshiyuki rests, brushes, waits. You can hear the tension in the crowd. All right, here we go again, up to the press. Locks in that pinch, looking solid on the move now. But this is, yeah, it's just...
Oh, he's very spanned on that as well.
Yeah, he's not looking close at the moment. He needs to figure things out. I mean, it's difficult with the heel because it looks pretty good when he gets it in, but actually it's, you know, as we've mentioned, it's not the best volume in the world, so you can't get a huge amount of hook on it.
Maybe he could swing his feet back to the left and left hand heel match or hand toe match.
I'm not sure what he's doing there. I think he was just putting extra chalk on the thumbs.
Extra liquid chalk on.
Yeah, just a specific part.
Well, I mean, for a pinch, you'd really want that.
Yeah, true.
Maybe he's got sweaty thumbs.
There we go. You can find out if he wins. Okay. Feet on the start holds. Into that pinch. And everything's falling off that now. I wonder if you bring the left hand in. Oh, he's done. Yeah, 20 seconds to go. Yoshiyuki is not going to get that. Yeah. Well, at least it's not a giveaway, having he said it's savage. And I'd be worried if Dohyun Lee wasn't coming up soon, but it seems like he might be on a different level, so we'll find out.
We'll see, yeah.
Yeah. This was his attempts. Yeah, I'm quite surprised he... Maybe there's a toe you could stick up behind the yellow.
Yeah, like a left hand toe match.
And I guess it might be a bit of a long way up there. It'd be right near where your head is. Interesting. Okay, well, Meichi Narasaki's next. He has another look at the top of the boulder. Okay, straight up into the press, wraps his arms around it. Easy into the pinch. And your forearms are going to be being scraped as well on a wrap like that.
Yeah, just wrestling with every part of your body here.
Yeah, it's a common route setter injury, that. The sort of, it looks like a road rash when you fall off a motorbike or a bicycle or something down your forearm.
Or on your legs from sliding, your feet slipping off the volumes.
Everything. It's a tough sport, this.
Not just route setter, just general
Just
indoor
athletes,
boulder,
yeah.
I think, yeah.
Every time I have someone in here who's climbed in a semi-final, they're always battered and bruised. You know, it's like I want to offer them a plaster as well as a drink of water. But yeah, suddenly the athletes never, I know you wouldn't. If you're performing at this level, you don't care about a couple of cuts, but I think it's afterwards. I can't imagine waking up the next day and that feeling of everything being in pain. All right, Meichi comes out to the pinch.
Nice. Secures that zone.
A great shot to show how small the thumb is. Yeah, one of those finals where it's the tension builds because it isn't all action. You know, they need to rest quite a lot between them. So when they go, it's very important. It's just not just another jump, another attempt. It means something. Tomoa has another look up.
Meichi.
So Meichi.
They're brothers. It's an
Ah.
honest mistake.
And Meichi is sitting in fourth. He's got 2 zones. Okay, after a long wait, with a minute 27, Meichi's back on. That's the crimp he's going for.
So small.
Tries to get the left foot dropped under.
Oh, just catches with 2 fingers there.
That's a really cool shot of the underside of that crimp. Yeah, so he caught it with, what, 2 fingers and then 1 fired off?
Yeah, or 3 fingers and 1 fired off.
And 1 went, yeah.
I hope it wasn't just 1 at the end, 1 finger on that.
Tendon screaming out there. Yeah, Meichi's had an interesting season. He started off with a good 8th place, and 85th in Seoul, where we think he got a bit of a niggly injury. 25th in Salt Lake, 35th in Prague, and then he's going to get at least 6th here. So up and down for Meichi.
Understandable if he's recovering from something.
Yeah, that pattern sort of makes sense, doesn't it? And he's done with 23 seconds to go, though. Stays in 4th. All right, well, Dohyun Lee came in and showed us all that it was actually easy in the last boulder. Can he do the same thing again? He's up next. Okay, the boulder's almost ready, and Dohyun Lee will enter. Well, we talk about being battered and bruised. Look at his right leg all cut up from the semi-final.
Yeah, I wonder if that's just like skin abrasion or...
Yeah, I can't remember him hitting the wall too much, so yeah, maybe just a bit of that. All right, wrapped underneath, forearms engaged as well, out to the pinch.
Ooh. That knee bar without a foot.
Yeah, very strange. All right, well, no flash, but that was the closest we've seen. Got all 4 fingers on it.
Yeah, definitely managed to move that right arm wrap a little bit higher around the volume.
Okay, well, he'll get the liquid chalk on. Yeah, as you said, Korea very successful yesterday at Shenzhou, getting silver. They go to a lot of the World Cups, the Korean team, as well. They have quite a unit that seems to travel around.
Mm-hmm. And they seem to train together all the time as well.
Apparently there's a lot of online mobile computer game playing amongst the Korean team. I was asking them what they do in their free time, and apparently that's the main thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wonder what games they play.
Yes, I've got no idea. I'm a bit annoyed I wasn't invited. Right, out to the bit. He's not even pinching that, you know. He's open hand on it. Now he's got the pinch in.
Oh, sliding.
This boulder is tricky. The top isn't too bad. Once you've got that move that everyone's falling off, it's okay. Especially if you're latched onto the big ball at the top. It's pretty hard to drop it from there, but just getting into the position is what's causing problems.
Pretty crazy to imagine how hard this boulder must be to see all of these guys, these men struggling so hard on it.
Yeah, there was a lot of questions last week that you guys asked watching at home about how hard the boulders are, because we had a route setter in and people wanted to know grades, and we were saying how difficult it is, impossible it is to grade something like this. Look at this knee. It just allows him to bump the hand around. Yeah, Cody wouldn't say it, and no setter does, because you can't grade a boulder like that at this kind of a level, but it's and I said the best way to think about it is at commercial gyms, when these guys are warming up, they're usually warming up on the hardest boulders in a commercial gym.
Yeah.
As their warm-up, and then they're stepping outside to, you know, send something harder. So if that helps you at home wondering how difficult they are, imagine that. With 40 seconds, Dohyun Lee might be done. He is. So still nothing for this boulder, proving impossible. 3 done, 3 to go. Next up will be Tomoa Narasaki. Right, well, we expected him to at least get the zone on boulder 1, so he's playing a bit of catch-up now.
But because nobody's topped this yet, there's room. There's space for him to be able to catch up if he can top this boulder.
Yeah, if someone can grab this opportunity, now is the moment. They don't see the scores between rounds, but they will know that every athlete took the full 4 minutes so far. Yeah, straight into the breast for Tomoa. Gets the pinch, bumps the hand around. Now this is it, the move. What's that left hand?
Ooh, the little frog on that right volume.
Now, Tomoa might have found something a bit different from the rest.
Yeah.
So frog, you mean frog squat?
Yes, like his legs. He was sort of pinching the big pinch volume with both of his feet.
Okay.
We kind of call that a frog position. Okay. You see it oftentimes in slab.
Good to clarify. Yeah, and that did seem to slow him down as he brought the left in.
Yeah, because he has something to oppose, to push his body back towards the left, whereas right now without a left, or before he went without a left foot on, he had nothing else other than that left hand, which he's about to let go of, so that's why he put his left foot on the bottom of that pinch.
See the press, so one of his left toe is pressing into the volume at the same time.
To the bottom of it, yeah.
Well, Tomoa, he doesn't know it, but it's kind of as close as any to getting this move. Up to the presses, gets the thumb engaged once more. Now watch for this move, but he can't get the right hand.
The left hand just slides off at the same time.
There's a lot going on in this series of moves. That's the right hand, that's the pinch he gets afterwards. Lots of pressure on Tomoa, the camera right in his face there. He's someone who's dealt with this for a long time. I'm trying to remember how old is he? 26? Yeah, I'll just find out for you.
And to note, a new father.
Yes, new dad, and he is 26. Well done, Tomoa. That's a lot of life goals ticked off at 26. He's done well.
Not bad.
Yeah, the men's field is a bit older than the women's field, generally, it seems. It seems like the women are getting younger and the men are like maintaining for a little bit longer.
Yeah. Yeah, you often do see that. Although we do have a few, of course, younger men in this final.
Yeah.
Sorato and Toby.
Yeah, 16. Very annoying. And so talented. Right, up with the thumb, gets the frog squat in. That was close. Well, that was the best effort of the night. There's still no zone.
No, they've got no zone.
Oh, sorry, the zone.
No
yeah,
top.
No top.
Yeah. But no movement off the zone. Oof. Really at all.
Oh, Tomoa doesn't unlock it. So, Sorato is up next. He's this talented Japanese athlete. See what he can do with these cheetah holds. Really close. It's closer in a replay as well. You can see the angle better. All right, Sorato's turn. Same start as everyone. Up into the press, left foot against the wall. Easy with the right hand, and he's going for the toe and a catch. First time. And the razor crimp.
Into this big drop knee.
Right, from here, he should be able to do it. Sorato, one move away, it's blocked. Swings up, but no, just the fingertips. And look at the reaction from the Japanese team down there. They know what that would have meant. That would have jumped him right to the top. So unlucky from Sorato. You could see he went up and just at the last moment didn't have the reach, didn't have the energy to make the stretch.
Oh, that's heartbreaking. He did so many more moves than everyone has been struggling on and doesn't get the top. But he still has 3 minutes. That was his flash attempt. So impressive.
That toe was everything, wasn't it?
Yeah.
On the ball.
Left-hand toe match, just like we said at the beginning.
We read it. They just didn't listen. Yeah, I'm surprised no one had tried that. I mean,
potentially they didn't feel good enough on the zone to cut their feet like that.
Was it Dohyun who had the knee?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he kind of used it with that knee, but not in the same way as Sorato did. He just used it to adjust the left hand.
Yeah, not to actually bump the left hand further.
Well, impressive from Sorato. He's going to rest a long time. He knows he knows how to do this, so he'll rest it out and wait.
Or he will just get back on.
He'll just go again. Why not?
He's 16. He's probably got endless energy. Not like the rest of these old guys.
Yeah, exactly. I'm exhausted sitting here. Right, Sorato stands up into the palm. Right hand as well. This method works. Will he use the toe? He does. Makes that way simpler. Raise the crimp with the right hand. You've got to trust it. And he'll want to shake out here a little if he can. He's got the top with 3 fingers, makes the match. Awesome from Sorato.
Sean Bailey just looking amazed.
Yes. That is a meme coming on that one. Awesome from Sorato. Oh, wow, okay, well that will have changed the leaderboard. We'll wait for confirmation on that. Slow burner of a boulder. Athlete after athlete fell. Sorato was the one to twig it with that high toe.
That was incredible. There you go. Sticky Sorato.
Yeah, Sticky Sorato, he's working.
He wasn't so much on the first boulder, but that was impressive.
Let's see it again. So the toe made all the difference. Got the left crimp. Out to the razor crimp underneath, which is good but sharp. Wrestle the sloper. And he changed his whole body position compared to the first time he did it.
Yeah, got right around that final black volume, or second to last.
3 fingers, and he was never going to drop that crimp once he got it. Focused at the top. Okay.
And of course, he doesn't know how much everybody else struggled on it.
Yeah, we'll find out after the round, but not now. Right, Toby Roberts comes on. So now suddenly he kind of needs this.
Well, Toby did top the first one. Sorato didn't even get zoned.
So true, Sorato didn't get zoned, did he?
As long as Toby gets a zone on this, he stays ahead of Sorato.
Okay, so a bit of pressure off of Toby, but he'll now know it's climbable as well. Knowing Toby, he'll want to send it just to prove a point. Right foot up, then the pinch, and he's going to drop into it like everyone else has tried. He's not really looking at that crimp, is he? Now he gets the toe. Oh, he's going to have to use some lead climbing endurance. Yeah, for a long time it seemed like he didn't want to use that crimp underneath.
Yeah, he didn't even really look at it.
So Toby was trying to find a different way through.
But to hold that zone hold for so long, it gets hot and it gets worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, you could see in the background, because he zoomed in his hands, but he was gritting his teeth at the back. Right, good first go from Toby. Up with the right. Now, will he look for the toes straight away? You think he should. bumps the left hand around, gets the right, gets the pinch. Now he'll look to swing his toe back. Oh, no feet.
Oh, nice.
Well, he's got it, but how much power has he got? This is a sharp, hard move to make when you're tired. Yes.
Come on.
All right, so crimp underneath.
You can see how bad that crimp is.
Oh, getting that slope will allow him to breathe, but not for long.
Now is he going to know to bump his foot up to the zone like Sorato did? Oh, looks like he's just going to...
He's working his way around. Oh, he's got a finger in a screw hold. I think he's just got to work on trusting the right foot.
Sorato got his foot on zone and did a huge drop knee. Oh, come on, Toby.
Toby's been up there for an age. How can he still be going? This is last ditch attempt from him, I think.
Ow, 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 ow. Oh, you heard that.
Yeah. I think he's okay. It wasn't a pulley. We're all right.
Oh.
Wow, Toby tried everything. And that would have really taken a lot out of him.
Yeah.
But he's still got a smile. It must feel so good to know that you need to work at bouldering and then get to the point where he's got to not make finals, suddenly make a final, and then be climbing boulders that everyone else is struggling on. It's got to feel amazing for him out there at the moment. Like that excitement of progression.
Yeah, it should.
But he hasn't got long and he must be tired. Dohyun Lee is in the lead. Toby will drop to second unless he can get this, and he can't. And I think he's done on that.
What an effort.
Close from Toby.
And he won't get rewarded for anything but zone on that.
We'll just go down in history. We respect him. Well done, Toby. Well, no top for Toby. And we'll get confirmation of the scores. And we have a little brief break in proceedings at this part in the competition. Jane Kim down there. Good to see her around. She competed in Salt Lake. Let's watch this again from Toby. Look at his face when he brings the left. Well, we can't see it now, but yeah, he was grimacing, holding his breath. We couldn't figure it out from there. So good work from Toby. Unfortunate not to get a top, but our current scoreboard, Dohyun Lee, he leads the way with a top and a zone. Toby also a top and a zone, but in 4 attempts compared to Dohyun's 1 for the top. Sorato after that in 3rd place. Yoshiyuki Ogata, Meichi Narasaki, and Tomoa Narasaki make up the rest of our top 6. So in a minute, we're going to hear about boulder number 3.
From one of the setters?
From one of the setters, yeah. So we went down onto the mats, had a chat with one of them. I think that's what's coming up next anyway. But for now, we'll just have a look at our stadium and the crowd, who have been brilliant. It's been a good crowd here in Brixen.
A very good crowd. Yeah, everyone's really excited.
Yeah, that's all athletes down at the front there. You can spot the stars if you look. Green hair stands out.
And a couple of new federations we can see in there too. I think
Yeah, there are a few new federations coming, a few new athletes as well, which is really good to see.
Yeah.
Well, I said earlier we talked to a route setter. Let's go to that video now and see what awaits us with Boulder 3.
I'm Anna. I'm one of the route setter. This is the Boulder number 3. It's supposed to be a start in which you have to find the balance on small feet. Then there is a cross with the left foot, and you have to stay strong with your core and push on the volume. Then there will be a standing up to reach the zone, and a faster move inside the corner, and then a tricky end to match the top.
Thank you, Anna. Anna's part of the diversity program that the IFSC run to get route setters into the sport. More women, more people from different countries, different locations. So good to see her coming through. Well, if you're just joining us, welcome to Brixen in Italy for a dedicated Boulder World Cup. We're about halfway through the world tour of the IFSC Series. Next week we head off to Innsbruck. Right now we have 2 boulders left in the men's final and things are close at the top. And Alana, we're now moving on to a slab-like feature, but not really on a slab wall.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Looks pretty powerful. Not like your traditional slab.
Not at all, no. And Rootset is deciding to ignore the slabby bit of the wall on the right and left.
I think it's because it's at a 90-degree angle to the crowd, it would not go down very well.
Yeah, very good point. We'll be able to see it. All right, well, in a sec, we're going to have a look at the 3D version of that boulder. We heard Anna talk about it. Now let's have a look at it. Okay, starting on the left. Not much to stand on. There is a red jib underneath the black volume. And then the hard bit of this boulder is standing up on the middle volume. And you can see all the chalk around the left and right of it. And we're thinking they have to grab it and then try to get a foot up and then press their way through. So very powerful. Into 2 bad dishes.
That are upside down.
That are upside down, yes. And then a Gaston moves, shouldery stuff, bad feet out left, a palm. So lots going on. And it's lit up with 4 minutes on the clock waiting. Music kicks in. I think we're pretty close to seeing Yoshiyuki. There he is. Comes all the way down the stage to the far right. Right, the DJ ramps things up. There's Yoshiyuki on boulder number 3. Right, so straight away and easily into the volumes. Gets the foot up okay. Press is powerful, using lots of core, palm underneath.
Oh, that was pretty delicate. That was nice.
Yeah, good work by him. And now there's a palm print down. It was just coming into shot, but on the low volume there.
Oh, a tip over and press. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, see, he did the right thing. Made the stand-up look easy. It's a good right foot he's on.
Yeah, and it must be a relief after the first 2 footholds he's standing on are just terrible.
True. He grabs the brush to make sure of everything. There's a lot of chalk left on there by the setters. They do leave these clues for the athletes, like the palm print that was higher up.
And after they put them up this afternoon, they would have been trying them again. Using chalk, of course.
Yeah, all of the setters, they're forerunning it, trying the boulder problems out, making fine adjustments.
Based on the results of semifinals and how everybody climbed those boulders, they'll tweak the finals boulders.
Yeah, the setters don't stop. But they did have quite a lot of time this afternoon. This split way of doing competitions does give them a bit of respite in the middle of the day.
Yeah, it's quite nice. They're not rushed.
Yeah, they get a lunch. Demetrius, the IFSC photographer, is on the right, sitting on the mats. He's the one who brings you all of the incredible photos we see on the IFSC Instagram, and which a lot of the athletes use. All right, right foot on. A bit slower up this time, much more secure.
Whew. Very delicate there.
Yeah. He looks for the fall, explodes off the right hand.
I think you have to be so precise with that move. The right hand's not very good that he's catching.
No, and he's quite blind, I think, when he's dropping into it, because as he's falling, you're looking down at your palm probably rather than looking up to the right.
You should look up to the right, because I think the palm can't really miss that volume.
True.
Or if it does, I think you have bigger.
Yes, you do. Face plant straight down. Oh, well, hopefully not. for Yoshiyuki. Yeah, he makes this part look easy. Rushed it one time and fell. That's what he's going for. Right foot on, starts to press up. Easy into the palm. Focus on the feet though.
Oh, nice.
Much better this time.
Oh.
And gets a rest, and he's one move away, moves past it,
Nice.
and a top. Easy at the end for Yoshiyuki Ogata.
His first top of the finals. That's got to feel good.
Took him a few goes to figure out that palm press.
Oh, he's very happy with that.
Okay. Oh, we've seen a top, and it was a good one. Yoshiyuki nailed the right hand that time. Not as much of a drop as he'd been doing as well. Maybe it's because he's been missing it, but he seems to fall less far.
Yeah, a little more delicately.
And then from then, it was easy, up to the top, matched the crimp.
He had this subtle out to in motion with his hips as he was going. So if you hit the sort of hand position when your hips are moving ever so slightly in towards the wall, it's much better. That'll help you stick it a lot easier.
Yeah, so he made the adjustments and got it done. Now it's Meichi's turn. Easy into the beginning. Straight up with the right foot, and he's going to go a bit more dynamically than Yoshiyuki did. And it's a riskier way of doing it.
Yeah. This is interesting because they definitely will have talked about it.
Yeah, totally different from Meichi. So Yoshiyuki was creeping up to it with the left hand, nice and stable. I mean, maybe it's a length thing. Maybe it's easy for Meichi to explode upwards rather than gradually press through his legs.
Yeah. Could also be a style thing, what he likes to do.
Yeah, and he was already thinking about the full move. You could see him practicing it. So he thinks he's close to getting through it.
Oh.
Both feet up and then loses the right.
Oh, he was going to go straight to the corner.
Oh, that's what he was practicing.
Yeah, that's why he got his second foot up. He was already looking into the corner because he was going to go direct.
Oh, wow. Okay, so yeah, he's going to bring the left foot up and then sort of spring up into it and press forward. I want to see him try.
Yeah. I want to see it work.
Yeah, I would. I mean, I think the problem is you're going to be stretched out and then you have to reach all the way up for the right hand. That might not be good enough to pull up on.
But when Yoshiyuki caught it, he did have at least his left foot on.
Yeah.
So
it might work. I mean, it's something you think the route setters would have seen and tested. I didn't notice it at all when I looked at that boulder. But so he's trying to go from the 2 feet on the volume up to that volume you can see on the left of your screen.
yeah, it'll be interesting if he tries it again. Yeah.
No, it doesn't. No, he loses the right.
He's almost thinking one move ahead and not placing his feet well enough.
Yeah, because that right foot is the best foothold on the wall in this section. It's a big hold.
But still dual text and a bit nasty.
Yeah, spiky. Well, he's going to go for the jump thing. There we go, it does work. Forget the zone hold. But he will do it there just to get the points.
Smart.
Doesn't need it though, gets the top. Well, I'm glad we got to see that. It wasn't quite what in my head that was more dramatic, and actually when he did it, it actually makes sense to do that.
Yeah. But that was really cool to see those two completely different methods there.
Really exciting. So Boulder 3 has been done a few different ways. Let's watch a replay. That was it, just sprung up, ignored the zone holds. and just carried on towards the top. And you don't get penalised for missing a zone. You could theoretically miss the whole thing and just go all the way to the top and still get the top. But obviously it's a bit of a danger if you fall off on the last move. Which he didn't. Made the match easy. A good top from Meichi. Dohyun Lee's back.
All right, I wonder what way he's going to try.
Yeah, he's still in third. So if he can get a zone, this will jump him up, at least a zone.
I think all he needs is a zone to put him in first place.
Yes, he set himself so well with that flash of the first climb. Well, he's going for the more traditional up to the zone, but he's got left toe in. And drops it down to make the match.
I thought he just missed the foothold at first.
Right, use the toe well, and he's going to do the fall. Unless you get that fall perfect, you're always going to be doing what he did, because if you go a little bit too far to the left, your hips are going to roll you away from the wall, and the right hand's not going to be able to catch.
Yeah, you're going to do a big barn door.
Yeah, so the fall is pretty important. So you can see on the score on the bottom left, Dohyun has topped the first climb, zone on the second, and a zone so far on this one. And as you said, jumped straight up to first position. Dohyun Lee could take 2 golds in a row tonight in Brixen. He's putting himself in a good position to do that.
Yep. But everyone who, or the other people who have topped a boulder already are still to come, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Toby's next. Not next, sorry. Tomoa is next, and then Sorato, then Toby. Toby last. Okay, right foot up. Watch for the toe. He does it again.
Oh, nice.
Holds it this time, and from here on, not too hard. Walks his feet up.
Nice.
He walks up that slab in a crazy easy way. Just pads his way through it. Good job. And that jumps him to the top of the leaderboard and way in front at the moment, but a couple of athletes to come.
Didn't look like he had that fall over quite perfect, but he just was not letting go.
No, he wasn't. Look at that sky in the background as well. Lovely. Right, the audience are enjoying it. The beers have been flowing here all evening, and there's a good after party that goes on around the side of the climbing wall. Have live music.
On the really big patio?
Yeah, on the patio towards the side. Had was a bit of a party for the women there last night. But of course, no one can really celebrate because they have to head straight off to Innsbruck and compete in a couple of days.
Yeah,
so.
I don't think the athletes will be partying.
No, they're definitely not.
The women's boulder qualifier is in 2 days, I think.
I saw a lot of water being drunk. That was how Dohyun Lee did it. Good skills from him. 3 athletes to go. Tomoa's up next. There's things like scattered around him. He actually might. I think it's the camera. I hope he doesn't fall on that chalk bag. All right, Tomoa's sitting in 6th at the moment. So he wants to get this comp kicked off for him with the top. Gets squatted down. I think he's, oh, he is going to go left.
Just like his brother.
Yeah, just like his brother. And it's a flash for Tomoa.
Oh, easy.
It's funny because Meichi seemed to kind of figure that out in the moment.
Yeah, which it looked like he did too, but I think he intuitively figures it out much quicker, or maybe trusts his intuition faster.
Yeah, I don't think it was pre-planned. I suddenly thought maybe they read it together, but you could see he was going to go up for the zone hold, and then was like, oh, it's just there. I can go left. So look, he looked up at it for a second, decided against it, and you said instinct, and you could see it kicking in.
Yeah.
It's super easy at the top.
Oh, well, you know, why'd the setters put those 2 extra holds on? I don't understand.
Yeah, no need. Could have saved a load of money. All right, good work from Tomoa. He's underway. Next up will be Sorato. Okay, Sorato runs out. Sorato's down in 6th, but the top here will bump him up the order. Things can change really quickly when it's this tight.
Especially that we know this boulder's very toppable.
Yeah, if you miss half of it, yeah, it's easy.
Well, even Yoshiyuki did the whole thing.
That's true, he did.
And so did Lee Dohyun.
As consolation for the route says, I think I'd be quite annoyed if everyone did it a different way.
That's true.
Right, toe under, stands up.
Nice and slow here. Oh!
Went for the left hand instead of the palm.
That was a big kick.
I think it's safe to say the Japanese team didn't read this together, or they're not doing the same thing, because everyone's trying it in different ways. Could that work?
I mean, yes, but it looks so hard compared to just standing up and falling over.
Yeah, true. All right, well, if Sorato can manage it, that'd be
that
very
was
special.
super impressive that he was able to kick his foot that high. Because all of that jump came from that leg.
Yes, it's true. Oh, he's bobbles though, and once he'd lost the balance, he was gone. Sorato tries to read it, looks at the clock. He's very collected, considering he is 16. He seems really mature out there on the mats.
Yeah. I think a lot of these athletes will have had actually quite a bit of experience through all the youth comps, continental championships, the like.
Yeah, and he's surrounded by people in the Japanese team who a bit of a bobble again. Yeah, he's surrounded by people who are mature, who will help him.
Yes. No problem once he figured it out.
And it's good that he does experiment like that. Right, up to the top hold, easy as we know. And let's wait to see. I think that gets him into 3rd, but we'll find out in a sec. I think we should have a Sean Bailey face cam. He could do our job just by the expression. It's awesome. Bailey cam. Let's see this again. So he had the toe under. Oh, missed the palm a couple of times. Eventually got it pushed up. Yeah, he obviously just made that adjustment from then on. Easy from him. Had to keep some tension, but no problem. Okay, well, things switch around again. Toby Roberts is out.
Our last athlete on Boulder 3.
Yeah, it's crazy. Look at the scoreboard. You know, he's 6th and he can jump up to 3rd or 2nd.
Yeah, everyone's really close.
Yeah, it's very, very tense here in the men's boulder final. This is Toby on the last climber on the 3rd boulder. We've just got 1 to go after this, and that's going to decide everything. Toby's slow, just trying to figure this out. It isn't quite as easy as everyone else has made it look, this start.
Yeah, quite nasty footholds, delicate body positions.
All right, Toby with palm and thumb engaged. He looks at that patch of chalk, that's where he's aiming for. Yeah, it's when they go with too much of a swing and a fall like that, it doesn't seem to work. It's a smaller movement.
Yeah, smaller than they think it is. He sort of sagged too far to the left, I think.
Yeah, it was the build-up as well. He dropped way right before he went left.
Yeah.
But that zone has put him up into 4th. Crimps pinches the edge of the volume, brings the palm in, moves out to the right, thumbs engaged, and he starts to stand up. He's not looking out left, so he hasn't seen the workaround.
Oh.
Left hand wasn't that precise.
Yeah, just bobbles it. Doesn't hit the right hand very well either.
Okay, so halfway mark is there. 2 minutes left on this boulder for Toby. Dohyun Lee leading the way, followed by Sorato Anraku, and then Yoshiyuki Ogata after that. Then Toby, then Meichi Narasaki, then Tomoa Narasaki. That's our leaderboard. The sun is setting. It's not actually as dark as it looks there. Long nights here in this alpine summer. Toby looking really good through the bottom now. Toby
Nice.
holds it, should be a top. Pulls himself through, making it difficult with the back heel, but
wow. Fancy.
yeah, fancy the top.
So stoked.
Yeah, so where does that put him? Out into
Second.
silver. Oh. Okay, so Dohyun Lee, Toby Roberts, Sorato Anraku. That's our top 3 coming into the 4th boulder, and anything can happen. Alana's in charge of maths, not me. So we'll find out in a bit. But yeah, no, we'll have the computer will work on it as well. Will let us know how things are going. This was the top from Toby. Spied it, little adjustment. Held the Gaston style thing. And then, yeah, check out this fancy footwork from Toby at the top. Worked his feet up and then his back heel underneath in order for him to reach up and make an easy top. He can't believe it, can he? All right, well, everything comes down to this. And that's an interesting scoreboard.
Yeah, very, very tight.
Super, super tight. So it's up to someone to make a mistake, someone to take advantage of it. Tomoa's down at the bottom, though. He will look to upgrade. Okay, let's have a look at our next boulder. Another powerful series of moves. You start low, you press up to that first hold, and then, Alana, the next move just blows my mind. That grey volume is a hand hold, apparently.
Yeah, maybe it looks a tiny bit better on this 3D model than it does in real life, but you're supposed to grab it, slowly match it, and then slowly go to the zone.
Yeah, you can see there were 2 handprints on the grey volume.
Yeah.
You can just see them there. So yeah, you're meant to match that grey volume. As Alana said, way worse in real life than it looks on TV. So if they match that, it's going to be the briefest of matches, then a big shoulder explosion up to the right. But we think...
Oh, it is a jump to the zone after
yeah,
that.
it's a bit of a pop in. But we think that the athlete's might try it off the first blue, off this one, jumping up. We'll have to see. That's the match. They'll probably stick it and make it look easy now. But yeah, so this is what they have to do.
Oh, no.
It is easy. Right, Yoshiyuki gets it done quickly. And now some coordination moves at the top.
Yeah. Well, these next holds look pretty bad as well.
Yeah, it's definitely not over. He presses to the first one. And the right one especially is awful. Slaps into it.
He sees your coordination and he upgrades with power.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Oh.
Well, there we go.
Okay.
Yoshiyuki thugs his way through boulder number 4. Super strong. It looks like the grey match in the middle isn't too bad for them.
All right.
Yeah, pure physicality, and he goes to that rather fetching couch and gets to watch everyone else climb now. Well, let's watch that again. Yeah, look how bad that right hand is. There's nothing on it.
Yeah, I think they wanted them to do off the sort of first, like second from the right, pill-shaped hold, kind of dynamic left out and right flip, but Yoshiyuki did not need to do that.
No, he did not. So no coordination from him. It's pure power. Okay, Meichi, let's see what you can do. The pressure will start to ramp. If it is one of those boulders that's flashable, easy to climb quickly, then Dohyun Lee is in a good position in that case.
Wow, that shot really does make it look like the dead of night right now, but it's still quite bright, actually.
Really quite light. So he matches in. Easy on that palm, out to the shoulder press.
Nice.
Now, will he actually use some coordination? Let's see.
Yeah, this move's a lot easier for him because he's quite a bit taller, has more reach. Or maybe not easier, but it's easier for him to reach to that first hold. Oh, full palm press there, wow.
Yeah, flicks it into a pinch. Gets the feet down. Oh, another match, another flash. This really does put Dohyun Lee in a good place.
Yeah.
So he's up next, he's a current leader. A fist bump from his teammate. Well, he's not a current leader, but you know what I mean? He was the leader coming into this.
Yeah.
Yoshiyuki Ogata is now the leader because he's done the boulder.
Yeah. If you discount the only two people who have done this boulder.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm glad you see where my brain's going with this. All right, long stretched out top from Meichi. So Dohyun Lee has the pressure on his shoulders right now. Can he get two in a row? He's been training for this, working with the Korean team, working with Jong Won-chon, who's brought him on. Top in 4 attempts for that gold.
And we know it's flashable.
Okay, up to the first hand on the slope. He's going to just go for the jump. Different method, but he made it work.
Yeah, you can already see a lot of chalk on that top of that volume.
Yeah, he's trying to get a better hold on it. There's not a lot there. Dohyun trying to figure this out. Slips back down to the zone hold. Now needs to get. He's got a knee. He's got a no hands rest. That's pretty cool. I have not seen that before. So he's hanging there. This is what we call a knee bar no hands rest. And it's pretty good at getting some power back. Has he got enough? Presses in.
Oh
no.
Oh, wow. So Yoshiyuki is shorter, but was able to press more effectively on the top of the volume. And Meichi, can't remember if he ended up pressing on the top of the volume or he's quite a bit longer in arm span as well. So
yeah, Dohyun couldn't get out of that corner. He was trying everything,
yeah.
Pushing, pressing, drop back down. That knee bar was inspired. Exciting times, and that method of getting through the grey volume as well, not matching it, just going with one hand and then bumping and then bringing the left into the grey afterwards.
Yeah, that was cool.
Very cool, right. Minute 44. So he is in a gold medal position at the moment. So he jumps ahead of everyone, but Toby Roberts.
Yeah, depending on what he does now and what Toby does later, things could switch around.
Sorato as well, he's got 2 tops. Okay. First of all, he needs to get this. holds the swing again with the same method. This is where it started to get tricky for him.
Come on, come on, come on. He's got to somehow flip his hand a little bit.
Oy. I don't even know what he's crimping. He was close hand crimping the edge of the sloper.
Kind of pressing with his palm and crimping the flange, probably.
Yeah.
Sorato actually can't win because he doesn't have both zones. Well, if Dohyun Lee does this boulder.
Yes, I've got you.
So it all rests in the next 40 seconds for Lee Dohyun.
What can he do? 35 seconds coming. Last 30 seconds of his comp. Still looking calm out there. He didn't celebrate last weekend until he got right to the front of the mats, and then he roared at the audience. Full jump.
He's pretty confident with that move now. Come on, come on,
He knows
come on.
it. He hasn't got the reach. Falls into
7
the
seconds.
zone. He's not going to have time. Goes for the big jump. Okay, well.
Wow, so this opens things up a lot now.
Absolutely does. So Sorato has a chance. Toby has a chance. Very interesting. He made that beginning move, just he flew through it and struggled so much on the next move. That was the kick out. Got the left foot up. There was a knee bar if he needed it. So he stretched, he missed, he fell and caught. And then in the last couple of seconds went for the huge jump. Okay.
All right, so Tomoa has one top right now.
Yeah, we're having a look at our...
But unsure of where, if he can upgrade his placing because the next two people above him still have yet to climb.
So Tomoa into the right hand.
Oh.
Loses the foot. Teammates cheering him on for the side. That's really good to see. Crowd gets into it as the DJ ramps things up a little bit. It's been a hub in the center of Brixen, this location. You can hear the music from all over town and people just get drawn in. You need tickets for it. It's been packed. It's been full of excited fans.
Yeah, it's great to see so many people here.
All right, up to the press. That shot showed how bad the hold is. More better with the feet. Couldn't hold the swing. Focus from Tomoa. We've got 2 minutes left. Waiting for that liquid chalk to dry. Giving himself a pause as well. Let's watch as he does this explode.
Oh.
I don't know what happened there. He tried to save it by bringing the left in quickly.
Yeah, I think he was trying to do the quick left match and up, but his right hand just dry fired as he was going for it.
Tricky from Tomoa. He's had a few moments like this throughout the comp where just things don't come together for him. No zone yet, no top. 1 minute 18 on the clock. His teammates give him, his brother giving him lots of support.
Teammates wasn't wrong though.
No, true. Brother sounds better though.
It's true. Come on, Tomoa, come on. He's really confused.
He does.
Why the heck can't I do this?
Oh, this is so annoying. Especially when your teammates, people who have climbed it, are so close to you. Just want to be like, how? What happened? You can't get help though. You can just get encouragement. Tomoa's got less than a minute now. The handprints are there from before, almost exactly the same place, but the foot goes again, and he's done.
Oh, that's too bad.
So Sorato or Toby?
Yeah, if either of them do this boulder, they can jump ahead of Lee Do-hyun.
Yeah, and there he is sitting.
Or they will jump ahead
They
of
will,
Lee Do-hyun.
yeah. So he is going to be nervous coming into this thing.
Yeah.
Let's watch again and see Tomoa. It was always the feet that seemed to let him down.
I think his hands are also sliding a lot on that gray volume.
Yeah, maybe it's just no skin left. You know,
Yeah.
It could be that situation. Right, Sorato begins out to the pinch. Went for the corner.
Oh, full jump there.
Yeah, what's our podium place going to look like? It's going to be super interesting the next couple of minutes. Toby looks at the clock. Up into the pinch. Looks like he's going to go for the big jump.
Yeah.
Similar to Tomoa, but he's a bit lower on it.
Yeah.
You know, Tomoa tried that a few times, that catch. And then...
Yeah, he really didn't like putting his right hand up to...
No, he pinched the arete. He went to try to experiment with it. And yeah, as you said, just didn't seem to like it.
Yeah. Which is funny because I think Meichi grabbed it and matched very statically on it.
He's cutting loose to get over to the right. He's not liking the grey sloper in the middle. And he's correct, because it's terrible. It's awful, awful hold.
Whoa. Ooh, it actually got him closer.
It did. It's so interesting, isn't it? Like, everyone keeps talking about how young climbers like him are turning up in gyms and having this comp system ingrained in them, and you just think about it differently, you know, trying to make that into a springy jump.
The comp style of climbing,
Yeah.
Growing up with it, I think makes a huge difference.
Absolutely. It's why it's so impressive when Adam can come on in Prague and get silver. You know, he's learnt that system. He's obviously been in the comp scene for a long time as well, but these kids, it's just, I mean, look at this move. It didn't work that time. So, Sorato now has to make a decision. He's got to work out if that's the way, if he's going to change things up. Well, whatever he's decided, he has decided. Let's see.
The original way. Oh, his shoulders are just not high enough. It's close. Very close.
55 seconds left. Comes into the pinches again. 40 seconds. I think he might go for some kind of a match here. Gets the toe under, doesn't make it work. Gets the match.
Oh, just can't hold it.
Well, that's the way, and he might know it now. He might just try to get the zone. 22 seconds. It's got to be slow on this match, though. You don't want to rush it. Make sure the skin's there. And he had to adjust a lot on the grey volume that time.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be 5th for Sorato. So it just leaves us Toby to come. Let's see that again. So he went for the pinch, but then had to do lots of hand adjustments. No, that was the first time I think he did it. The second time he had to do more. Oh, no, maybe not.
He was very creative on that boulder. Tried a lot of different methods. All right, so if Toby tops this, he wins.
All right, huge moment for Toby then. That means Yoshiyuki Ogata is guaranteed a medal as well, which is why he got that fist bump.
Oh.
All right, Toby straight away thinking about the match on the grey volume. Or the match and a jump. Strong from Toby. Needs to get the left foot up though. Now he does.
Okay, we know that the top is still can be hard.
Yeah, it can be difficult. Gets an elbow in.
Oh.
Right, he palms up. Toby is leaving no skin behind here. Clever, but it's not working. He can't get over. Now he does.
Wow.
But look at his right arm. He's going to have to snatch in. He's going to have to reset, surely.
Whoa.
Oh, he needs a top for gold.
That was a fight.
And he got halfway. Very exciting stuff here, Toby. He's a top to win in Brixen.
So Meichi and Yoshiyuki came out and just made that press look, I mean, hard, but not too bad.
No, we thought it was over by the top. And that's a massive jump from Toby. He's going to have to, if he's going to do that, he needs to commit to it really early and not burn energy doing the pressing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's incredible. Toby isn't guaranteed a medal, so he could. It's like all or nothing. You know, he's going to get a gold medal or he's going to be fourth.
Or nothing, yeah. All rest on the next 2 minutes.
Same again with the right hand. He did this really quickly, this movement. Gets himself set. A quick paddle, but he's not going to stick it this time.
Wow.
And now what does he do? I think if I was Toby, I'd just rest, I think. Like, he looked weaker on that go.
Yeah.
Weak is the wrong way, you know what I mean? He looked more tired.
He didn't quite get the same height that he did the first time.
But he still hasn't figured out the top, so he kind of has to go again.
Yeah.
Toby on the match. One hand on the slope and needs a bit more height than before. Gets it this time.
Nice.
But can he bring the left up? Okay,
So
now he'll
physical.
rest a little. Or not. Presses in with the palm. Remember, there's an incredible knee bar in there as well that is available if you could see
I
it.
don't think he has time for the knee bar.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, true. This is it for Toby. He's got to get it done now. Gets the right foot in, presses in.
Come on, Toby, come on.
Okay, he's got one press. I'm holding my breath. Left hand up. And now if he can drop over to the left, he's a gold medalist. If not, fourth place. Holds it, one move away from a medal. Massive moment for Toby. One hand on, he matches and he has done it, and that is a gold medal for Toby Roberts.
Oh my goodness.
Unreal at the end of this competition. Well, he's gone from not being a boulderer to making finals to getting a medal, a bronze, and now getting a gold. Unreal.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody try that hard on a boulder.
It was
Wow.
not, I got the feeling halfway through, it's just whatever happens, that man's not falling off. Like he'd leave blood, skin, whatever behind, you know? Unreal from Toby. Wow. Great Britain has a winner. That's so cool.
his first gold medal in any discipline.
He's the 4th British male to win a Boulder World Cup and the first one for 16 years.
Wow. How old is he? That's almost as long as he's been alive.
That's true.
He's 18.
Ah, brilliant from Toby. Well, what an end to our competition. It was a bit of a slow burner, lots of rest, lots of pauses along the way with these uber physical climbs. But what a crescendo to our comp. Yoshiyuki Ogata gets the flowers. So he's our bronze medalist here tonight. Dohyun Lee gave everything as well. Looked smooth at the beginning. A silver medal for him. He's disappeared. It was a magic trick. Where's he gone? There he is. And finally, his first gold medal, 2nd Boulder medal, Toby Roberts takes victory in Brixen.
Incredible.
I mean, he looked good coming into this final.
Oh, I mean, he came in first place.
Yeah, coming in first place, but still to hold it together, and especially on that last climb.
Yeah.
Really cool from
With the
Toby.
clock ticking down there, he did not have time for another attempt.
That was everything in that moment. That was what makes comp climbing really special, was that last boulder from Toby. Alana, you've got to go interview him.
All right.
Yeah, good luck. I'll see you in a
Thank
bit. All right, Alana's going to go and chat with Toby, and I'll stick with you as we close our evening down. What an end to the comp, eh? Really good to see. Well, podium and interviews to come. Make sure you stick with us. That is the confirmation. Toby Roberts, Dohyun Lee, Yoshiyuki Ogata, and Meichi Narasaki, Sorato Anraku, and Tomoa Narasaki in 6th place. Let's have a look at that fight from Toby, shall we, while we wait for his interview. Stuck the swing, had to fight just to get his left foot up. Swinging, swinging, that left foot up. Pressing at the top, everything. It would use his face, he had a knee in there, back heel. Must have been pumped out of his mind. Got the match, and then took a moment with his face against the wall before finally turning around. Wanted to grab the top of the wall, nothing there. Takes out the cameraman as well, just for good measure. And then the celebrations begin for Toby Roberts. He is one to watch out for as we come towards the Olympic year. He really is. The podium is being manhandled into position there on the stage. Well, Alana has found Toby, so let's hear from the man himself.
Toby, congratulations. That was incredible. I think the best fight I have ever seen on a boulder, ever. How do you feel?
The words can't explain it. I feel absolutely incredible. The fight on that last boulder was just, I have no words. I had to give absolutely everything to do that. And yeah, I left it all on the boulder, and I can't quite believe that I've just won my first World Cup. It's so surreal.
How did you feel going into that boulder?
Well, because we see the scores in the back, I knew I had to top it. So I was just trying to stay calm and just try and look at the boulder as, just look at the boulder as the boulder and not think about anything else. But it's pretty hard when you're in that environment. But the crowd was absolutely incredible, and I think that's part of the reason why I got up it.
Yeah, well, I think after falling, I was so stressed for you after falling on the last move of boulder 2, was it the yellow boulder?
Oh yeah, that zapped me quite a lot.
Yeah.
I spent quite a lot of time on that sloper.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, did you feel a lot of pressure coming into finals in first place?
I didn't feel pressure necessarily. I think because I'm so I've not been in many World Cup finals. So just being in the final itself is such a big thing for me. So I just really was able to enjoy the boulders without so much pressure.
That's great to hear.
Yeah. Thank
Well, congratulations again. I can't wait to see what you can do for the rest of this season.
Thank you.
Well, thank you to Alana. Thank you for Toby. Super excited. Well, the podium is there, lit up in lights. They've done a good job getting that done quickly. And the athletes will be waiting backstage, have been gathered. And medals and trophies and a goodie bag prepared for them. A couple of moments pause in our last evening here in Brixen. So we're off to Innsbruck next week. There's a European Speed Cup on Monday. Paraclimbing kicks off on Tuesday. And the paraclimbing finals, Boulder finals, lead finals, all the things until next Sunday. So it's a packed schedule. Helena, come and say hello before you leave us. So Toby
Hello,
down
I'm
at the front, hello. He was fairly excited then.
Yes. Wow, I almost couldn't make my brain work to have any questions for him because I was still floored by that performance.
So cool to see, isn't it? And he's someone who has worked for that really hard.
Yeah.
Has put a lot of effort in over the years. Like, it's so weird with Toby because, and I always say this about him, it's true, like, I remember when he was a tiny kid climbing 8As in the UK and like being the UK's youngest and interviewing him and his dad. And for him to come from that point where I knew him to being a World Cup champion is just amazing.
And I think there's something to be said about the culture of the GB team right now. They're clearly very strong, and in finals they had 4 men with Hamish, Max, Toby, and Jack.
Yeah, Team GB is on the rise. Everyone's coming up this year. I
the
knew
right year to be doing it.
It really is. Like, I knew by the end of the year we'd have an idea of which teams are good, which athletes are good. I didn't expect so many teams and athletes to be good. You know, it's ramping up rapidly. There, the top 3, and I'm not sure if you had started this comp, you would have put a lot of money on Toby winning, but gradually throughout, it's just shown that he deserves to be there. Yoshiyuki first. He'll get his medal. And at the after party, a lot of people were eating the contents of that goodie bag. So apparently it's good. There's cheese in there.
Oh.
There's all types of stuff apparently. I didn't get a look in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's useful information for you back at home. The Italians do good. Italians do good food. I mean, it makes sense. Oh, Yoshiyuki gets his medal.
Oh yeah, I see a cow on like a cup or something there.
Yeah, there's good things in there.
I think all products from the region, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, there we go. He's showing it off for us. Thank you, Yoshiyuki. Give me fed for a week off that thing. All right, Dohyun Lee is next. The MC gives some chat, and Lee stands up. We're here for the men's podium. Yoshiyuki Ogata's got the bronze, Dohyun Lee with the silver, and finally Toby Roberts will be announced as tonight's winner. But there's a lot of stuff to be given out at this event, so it does take a bit of time. And Toby won't mind the break, I'd imagine.
Maybe still catching his breath.
Well, we all remember Shauna Coxey, how good she was, how many medals she used to bring home. And Great Britain has been waiting for someone to come in. We had Will Bosey, of course, who was super strong. Lots of the men, as you said, there were 4 of them in the semi-finals.
Yeah, Max won a silver medal here last year.
So they've been knocking on the door, but this gold will mean something a bit different. And there's a lot that goes into getting to an athlete to this stage. A lot of work from the parents, coaches, hours in the gym, sacrifices. A gold medal. Good to see the crowd staying as well. The podium was organised nice and quickly behind the scenes.
after a fight like that, you can't not stay to watch this.
Yeah, just be disrespectful, wouldn't it? And a giant check as well.
We usually don't see giant checks.
No, and they should bring them in. I love a giant check. It's not quite giant enough, these. Well, for the first time in a long time, the national anthem of Great Britain will run out through the stadium. So we'll drop into silence and let you enjoy. Well, congratulations to all of the athletes here this evening and for the women last night. Toby Roberts taking victory. And they threw the flowers earlier on into the audience, that they're bringing that tradition back perhaps. Well, Alana, we all go off and you'll be competing next week in Innsbruck.
Yes.
So best of luck, hope it goes well.
Thank you.
And maybe come and join me in the commentary box whenever you want, of course.
I would love that.
Well, we'll come back with more action next week. Right now, the athletes will get to enjoy. Oh, we get to see the amount of money on it as well. I think they spelled Toby's name wrong. But he won't care about that. Gold medal for Toby Roberts. All right, well, we'll come back next week. Hardly any time to pause or breathe. More climbing action coming. Thank you to Alana Yip. Thank you to all the team.
Me.
Yeah, well, always good. And thank you to all the team who've been working behind the scenes. We'll return next week in Innsbruck, and we'll see you soon.